I told him I wasn't being respected and that he was crossing my boundaries, that he was trying to change me, pick on me, and was generally cruel to me. I pretty much told him everything he was doing wrong except for the control/tracking/exploitation stuff because I didn't want to get into that for the sake of my safety. And by the end of our 2.5-hour conversation I was heading into shutdown territory, so I had to leave. I'm pretty sure he filmed the interaction. He has a camera in his room and I thought I saw it turn on. Really nothing to see other than me gently informing him I will not tolerate such disrespect, and that I thought he was trying to change me and didn't desire me, etc. He denied all negative allegations and cried the entire time and was trying to guilt me into staying, as expected. Of course he still thought I was useful to him. To his credit he didn't get angry. I am still concerned for my safety and privacy. I am worried he will dox me or commit some kind of cyber crime. Highly unlikely as he works for the government and his father, whom he is afraid of, controls him, pays his rent. Additionally worth noting his family name is already stained with sociopathy and there are mainstream news articles covering the crime, so it is highly unlikely he will do anything to me if he wants to get anywhere in life, especially because he wants to seek further education and advance his career. When I broke up with him, I could see clearly that he has severe communication deficits. I believe this is caused by a combination of the double empathy problem, distractibility and focus issues from ADHD, as well as strong narcissistic traits. I don't think he understood half of what I was saying and the impact of his actions. He apologized profusely and told me he wanted to work on our issues together and that he doesn't want to break up. He then performed a bunch of future fakes and false promises to sell me on staying. I refused. I told him I crossed a line and that there is no going back, especially after body shaming. I explained to him that by body shaming someone, it will make them self-conscious and uncomfortable and therefore not want to have sex with someone. That got his attention, lol. I suspect he had a porn addiction, that he consumed a lot of goth porn, alternative girl porn, and got the wrong idea about me because I fall into some porn stereotypes targeting nerdy men. Think Belle Delphine type stuff. I like Japanese culture and used to be very goth. Maybe he thought I was one of those porn content creators who had a target audience of lonely nerdy men. He was also obsessed with the idea of me playing video games and was always trying to get me to start playing them. I know some people confuse fantasy with reality and were suspicious of that happening within our relationship. Towards the end of our time together he was focusing solely on my image as well as his, and we no longer discussed anything intellectual as we did when we first began seeing each other. Our relationship had dissipated into something vapid and meaningless. This was not what I had signed up for. Upon further reflection, I think he really did confuse fantasy for reality and got the wrong idea about me completely, because he never listened to me when I tried to tell him what goth is about and that people have gotten the wrong in the past by assuming I was a nympho into kink due to my external appearance. Absolutely no shame in being into kink, it just is not for me right now. We were both virgins and I was not ready to go there yet. He always blocked out things he didn't want to hear or didn't align with the fantasy. It was startling how little he knew about me. He told me that doesn't sound like you. When I stood up for myself, he asked me, did you hear that somewhere? When I told him we were having too many issues very early in the relationship and it just wasn't going to work. It's as if he didn't think I was capable of thinking for myself and had actual thoughts, or I wasn't going to script, which is a narcissist tendency. Yet sometimes, he is respected by opinion.